all the camouflage around this place. So we bought every string of lights Walmart had. Now he can see the house from outer space. Shot down some ducks and some mistletoe. A lot of love and a lot of gumbo. Hunt you down a Christmas tree. Thank God Mama's cooking's free.
I don't know how this became our intro song this morning. I don't know what happened here.
The red-nosed reindeer. Like Jesus and Santa Claus, we got love behind these beers.
Well, there's our intro music for this morning.
Merry Christmas and a happy New Year.
All right, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas Eve, I guess it should be. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It is Christmas Eve morning, December 24th, and a little bit chillier than it has been the last couple of days. You wouldn't call it cold yet, would you? Would you call this cold?
No.
Not cold.
I don't think so.
But tonight they say 38 degrees in our area.
Yeah, and you were wishing for colder weather, so
it was predicted in that book that we had a couple weeks ago. Remember, he was talking about how Light Up Ocala was going to be warm, Christmas was going to be cool, and New Year's was going to be cold. So we'll see if all three predictions come true next week.
That's right. I'm just so excited because Alan Helgeson has been really right on target. I have trouble pronouncing.
Let me tell you the guest list this morning. Pastor Walter B. Smith at 7:30. He'll be bringing you his 2-minute feature called "Bring Back the Bible." And what do I have planned for this morning? We've got a lot of open space here today.
Yep.
I have some heartwarming final wishes. I wanted to. I know this is kind of it's not really a downer topic. I was touched by it, but it's kind of okay. Maybe it is a little bit of a downer. But remember the story yesterday or 2 days ago about the woman who died 2 years ago?
Yes.
And she left a note for her husband, and it was with the instructions, please don't deliver it to him or to the radio station that would then call him.
Right, exactly.
In Des Moines, Iowa, until he has a new lady in his life. Okay. So that was, I think everybody probably heard that story. Anyway, it was a touching story. It was kind of like one of her last wishes in her life. And so I have a few more. And they're kind of touching. I don't want to bring anybody down, but we'll talk about it. All right?
Okay.
Sound like a deal? News Bites today will be pretty much the same as it always is. We've got news from around the world, and we'll deliver it to you in summarized form. We'll give you the news. Carol Ann Baldwin said she'd be here on Christmas Eve.
Yep.
I keep wanting to say New Year's Eve. I don't know why.
Well, it's coming up.
Christmas Eve.
A week.
Caroline will be here talking about your gardens and maybe something else. Maybe it's a last-minute gift you want to get for your gardener friend.
Yeah.
Right? I've got a few things here that are, Christmas controversies.
Oh.
It's kind of a fun topic. I mean, there are some controversies that have happened around the world in different time periods, different locations. There's one interesting. Well, I'm not going to give you any hints.
Okay.
But anyway, so I've got some Christmas controversies for later on. Joe Reichel will be here at 10:35 telling you about what he does over at Damage Control Services. Yep. Now, I can't promise that because I don't know whether he is taking the day off or not, but he is on the schedule, so you'll hear him whether it's live or Memorex, one way or the other.
Exactly.
Lisa Lynn has been with us before. She is a fun guest, and she is a certified fitness trainer. Happens to be a pretty lady. She's on the Dr. Oz show all the time. She's also Martha Stewart's personal trainer.
Yeah, she's eclectic.
She's going to give us some New Year's resolution ideas. So we'll talk about that with her at 11:05 this morning. And then the segment that we do with Galen, we'll just kind of... up for grabs. It's going to be one of those fun, it's Christmas Eve, let's just chat, which is kind of what I want to do. Every once in a while, I like to do that. I plan nothing for the Galen segment, simply because, we hang out with Galen a lot on the phone and got to hang out with him a little bit on Saturday night over the Jingle Ball at the Appleton, which was kind of fun.
It was very fun. It was very, very nice. Everyone that arrived there was...
And I don't know if Dan is coming in to do Fun with Joe with Dan or not, but if he is, then we've got some more Christmas trivia questions and some prizes. If he's not, we'll figure out something else to do. It is something you and I have learned to do during the course of doing the radio show for so long. It's to fill in blank spaces.
Definitely. Alternate plans. We do that.
Plan Bs.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Plan Bs, especially when there's a holiday.
Yeah, we never have dead air.
One of the cool things.
On our show.
No, we've had our share of dead air. I will disagree with that. We have had our share.
Well, not for whole blocks of time.
But anyway, no half-hour dead air. We've had our share.
No, we've always filled
But
it.
anyway, so we're gonna have some fun this morning. And one of the cool things about this particular holiday, which of course it's really not till tomorrow, but we're kind of in the spirit already.
Oh yeah,
is the music.
Morning.
So we'll play some of the music as well.
The mall's open right now. Everybody's
What time did it open?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Oh wow!
Oh, look at the little guy.
Good morning. Merry Christmas, everybody. How you doing out there? There you go. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Yep, 7 o'clock. I scared a lady this morning.
You scared her?
Yep, because I came out taking out the trash and I, shut the door. It makes a noise, and the lady was out there and she jumped. She said, "I've been here 3 years and I'm not used to that door opening." So that's pretty cool.
Oh, here?
Yeah, the worker in the back.
She's not used to it. She hasn't been here, I guess, we've been here since August, right?
Yeah, but I
July,
guess but I guess she was never outside, doing what she does and having the door open. So I just thought it was kind of cute. She's a
So are you totally done? See, I got to go out and do some more shopping. I
have to get some Christmas cherries today.
Cherries?
Yep. When I leave here, I need to go get some cherries.
Now, these chocolate-covered cherries?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I get them from the candy store on the square because they've got the best, and they have stems.
Okay.
And they're the best.
Is
so
it
that's
for somebody?
My daughter.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Yeah, every year she loves chocolate-covered cherries, and I get her the best.
Did you buy gifts for your children's teachers when they were little?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you buy?
Yep. Oh, gosh, I can't remember. I just know I took my kids shopping, and they'd pick out whatever they wanted to, and then, they got it for them. I can't remember what I got.
Did you have gift exchanges with the other children? When
yeah.
you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. Did you? Did you have gift exchanges with the other children?
I kind of set you up for that. I wanted to tell an old story of mine.
And teacher gifts, too.
Teacher gifts was usually Thin Mints. I think they were 99 cents.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My teacher got a lot of Thin Mints. Mm-hmm. A lot of kids in class saw that 99 cents. Hey! Let's get that from Mrs. Foster.
Well, you had a limit, on your presents.
99 cents.
Monetary. Yeah.
Yeah, usually they did.
Yeah.
So here's my and I believe that applied to this next story too, if you don't mind me sharing it with you.
No.
All right, so this was in elementary school, and in elementary school, everybody is cooler than me. In fact, that's still true. Everybody's always cooler than me. So you get to pick a name, and that person is somebody you buy a gift for. Mm-hmm. So I picked Gary Robbins.
Okay.
So I went to some store with my mom and looking at, what do you want to buy, Gary? I think there was a $5 limit or whatever. So I found this pop gun with a cork in there. It was like a rifle.
Oh, cool.
And you pull the trigger and you pump it up or something, and the cork flies out, but there's a string on it, so it doesn't really go anywhere. It just kind of hangs from the thing, but it makes a popping sound.
Yeah,
okay.
I love those.
Well, anyway, so we wrapped it up, and you can kind of tell what it was. So I brought it in, and my mom put a label on it. This is for Gary Robbins, and so he's still around somewhere. He might be removed.
Good.
But anyway, so finally, this is for Gary. So the teacher whoever was doing the Santa Claus thing, handed the gift to Gary, and Gary opened it up, and it's a pop gun. Who gave you that? All of a sudden, the kids were like cutting it down. That is the stupid. Who gave you that? That's the stupidest gift. What do they think? You're 2 years old? They give you a pop gun? And it's like, he looks at the list. He looks at the label. Oh, it's from Larry. Mm-hmm. Why'd you give him that? And so I was feeling really bad that I was like, oh man, I got a dorky gift. I didn't know.
You were ostracized.
Well, I thought it was a cool gift.
It is a cool gift.
All right, so here's my what do you call it when you finally start shining, when everybody thinks that they made you feel bad? Mm-hmm. Every kid, every boy in that class was playing with that pop gun.
I bet they were.
My validation, my vindication. What do you call that?
Vindication is a good word.
Every boy was playing with that. Probably some of the girls too.
Yeah.
Playing with that. So the toy that's so nerdy. Mm-hmm. The toy that's so nerdy suddenly gets passed around.
That's right. It's fun.
Popping.
That's good popping.
I remember one time we had these
people are cruel.
artificial cigarettes.
I remember those. I had those too.
And the artificial cigarettes had like powder or something that popped out. Well, my friend's father owned a delicatessen. Mm-hmm. And back in those days, a deli, it's probably still true in New York, I don't know, but it wasn't just a deli. It wasn't just a place to get meat. It was like a convenience store, like what you call a convenience store today. I don't really remember convenience stores back then. But anyway, so...
No, they didn't have...
So they sold candy and they sold, like what you'd find in a convenience store, basically.
The corner stores.
Yeah. All right, so he had the toy cigarettes... and my friend Robert, who was the son of the deli owner... Mm-hmm. He got enough for everybody in class.
Oh.
He brought them all in. Now, we actually walked to his deli during lunch.
Okay.
This was like the day before Christmas, or the day before Christmas break, I guess it was. So he brings in everybody these fake cigarettes. Now, the cigarettes were not taboo back in those days. Nothing wrong with cigarettes as far as the Surgeon General was concerned.
Yeah.
You remember back then?
Oh, I do.
Remember doctors would have would be in advertisements saying, "This is the healthiest cigarettes you could possibly have."
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you go to the doctor's office,
Anyway.
people would be puffing in the waiting room.
So these toy cigarettes put out a puff of powder. It wasn't really smoke, obviously. So every kid in the classroom has these things.
That is awesome.
The teacher's out of the room. The teacher comes in. The room is coated with like baby powder. Or whatever it was. Maybe it was powdered sugar. I don't know what it was, but it was there was a film of powder everywhere. So those are my two. So it looked like snow. So it was my two
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so
those are
cool.
my two Christmas stories, both from my own elementary school years.
Yeah, those are great Christmas stories. I love the one about the pop gun because people are so quick to judge and have preconceived notions, and everybody play with your pop gun and the cigarettes. That's cool. The kids just sitting there puffing.
Pop guns and cigarettes.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I have this theory that if you could look at your old home movies of when you were a kid, you would somehow be able to predict what you were going to become when you grew up.
Yeah.
Nothing in that predicted anything. I'm not really a gun guy.
Yeah.
And I did smoke cigars for a few years, but I haven't in a long time. And I never really smoked cigarettes. Though.
No, me neither.
Take out the word really. I never smoked cigarettes.
My folks did. They smoked a lot. Our neighbors smoked. Our relatives, everybody smoked. My brother and I never did. So it all depends on the person.
So nowadays, would you buy somebody tobacco as a Christmas gift?
No.
You would not?
No, I would not.
Even if you knew they loved their cigarettes.
Yeah. I'm getting them a gift card.
Ah.
And they can go buy anything they want. Booze,
this only really,
cigarettes.
and in my
Publix
world,
says everything.
I believe I only know one smoker anymore. I think. Am I right?
I think so.
Doug smokes.
Yes,
he's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Doug smokes.
I think everybody else has quit. Ronnie quit. Your mother quit, right?
Yeah, everybody quit.
Everybody I know has quit.
Yep, he's the only one.
All right, let's see if we can take a second look at some of these news items. I'm sorry, I went on a really big old tangent right there. Say some prayers for this family. This 25-year-old young man, I believe he was from Tampa, riding his motorcycle yesterday on Maricamp Road, died. He was coming home to see his family for the holidays, for Christmas. I presume they celebrate Christmas. It says the holidays in the news story. But anyway, just say some prayer. It's such a sad story. He's riding his motorcycle home to see his family and is almost there.
Oh.
And he's no longer with us. So
what happened?
He was riding his motorcycle, according to the Highway Patrol. And let's see, I'll just read it to you rather than trying to remember it. His name is Ruddy, or was Ruddy. Was Ruddy Santiago from Tampa. According to the report, he was traveling west on County Road 464, which is also Maricamp Road, right?
Yeah.
In the right lane, a 2004 Kia van driven by a 66-year-old lady from Ocala exited Emerald Road, was heading north, trying to cross 464 in front of the motorcycle.
She didn't look.
The motorcycle struck the passenger side of the Kia. Anyway, long story short,
Oh,
the
God.
25-year-old man gone.
Oh, God. God.
Do I have enough time for any of these others? One more. You've got one more day. The federal government gave you one more day to sign up for this health insurance thing. I don't understand why this is the deadline. I thought March was the deadline.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly. They're just... They want to go home on vacation. That's all there is to it, the politicians. They don't want to work for us.
let's see, and one more. I guess I'll end with a fun one.
Okay.
Surfing Santa's event in Cocoa Beach.
Oh, I bet that's fun to watch.
200 Santas on what do you call surfboards? And 15 of them. 15 of them are professional skydiving Santas. They also came into the surf from the air and then got onto the surfboards. Some couple of cute, by the way, female Santa Clauses.
I bet they are.
They jumped out of a C-47 Warbird from a 65-year-old C-47 Warbird.
Wow.
They do this to raise money for cancer patients. $2,900 was raised. The money pays for transportation to treatment facilities for the cancer patients.
Wow, that's awesome.
All right, we've got to go to Pastor Walter B. Smith with his feature, Bring Back the Bible, this Christmas Eve, and we'll be back with more of our Christmas Eve special after this.
Well, good morning to you, and welcome again this morning to Bring Back the Bible. I'm Pastor Smith, coming to you as always from Heritage Baptist Church right here on Northeast 20th Street in the northeast section of Ocala. Today is Christmas Eve, and tonight at 6 o'clock at our church, we are having a Christmas Eve service, candlelight Christmas Eve service, where we will sing the typical Christian Christmas carols. We'll have lots of special Christmas music, and I'll be preaching a message that deals with the real reason of Christmas, the birth, the incarnation of our Lord Jesus Christ coming into the world to save our souls by dying on the cross of Calvary. And I certainly would encourage each and every one of you hearing me this morning to realize that Christmas is that. It's not simply the trees and all the decorations and the fun that we enjoy. It's a celebration of the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. And we are a family church, and we would encourage you to be there tonight at 6 o'clock for our Christmas Eve service. Celebrate the birth of our Savior with us. We have a nursery up to and including age 3, and all the teens and the young people beyond that and the adults would be in the auditorium. I want you to know the service starts at 6 and ends promptly at 7, so you can get home in time to have your family Christmas Eve services. Maybe you normally have a church that you go to, but they're not having a Christmas Eve service. We invite you to ours. We'd love to have you come. Church is on Northeast 20th Street, just off of Northeast 8th Avenue, 1/2 mile north of where Northeast 8th Avenue crosses Northeast 14th Street. You can call us at 622-6680 for further directions.
Hey, it's Christy with Ocala Mac and PC Repair and Ocala Guest Wi-Fi to let you know we have you covered. We are the only local certified Apple and Microsoft computer company in Ocala. We are family owned and operated. From mobile repair to wireless networks, viruses, new systems, or security cameras, we do it all. Check us out online, ocalamacpc.com, or give us a call, 352-566-8324.
Tell them Nick, Madison, or Mason sent you and get free diagnostic.
Get your internet telephone service from the company that brought affordable internet service to Ocala in the first place. All Is Safe is a sister company of Ocala Guest Wi-Fi, a company you've known and trusted for all your internet needs. Whether you need a phone or hundreds, we've got the products and services to meet your needs both now and in the future. Our plans include everything from local and long-distance calling to equipment maintenance and even software upgrades. You can count on All Is Safe to give you cost certainty, knowing that your bill will be the same next week, next month, or even next year. Call 352-450-8647 today to learn how to cut your monthly telephone bill up to 60%.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Drivers slow an average of 10% after passing a "your speed" sign, and they tend to stay slower for several miles. A lot of dieters started blogging in order to prove that they were committed to losing weight, and once they started writing about their weigh-ins, they attracted an audience, which made them feel accountable to others. And that connection, it helped them keep going. Sleeping will do more for your grade or your business presentation than pulling an all-nighter.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
ABC News Now. I'm Karen Chase. Retailers are scrambling to save the Grinchy holiday shopping season with deep discounts on this last day before Christmas. Analysts at ShopperTrack say sales in the last week were down 3%. Some stores are open round the clock. Astronauts are spending Christmas Eve taking a second spacewalk to replace the International Space Station's broken cooling system. NASA is watching for signs of spacesuit leaks that have cut short 2 previous walks. Utility crews are still struggling to restore power to parts of the Midwest and northern New England, where an ice storm snapped power lines and trees, leaving hundreds of thousands without electricity. Some won't get it back until after Christmas. Small talk is a big deal. A study out of Indiana University Southwest says it's the cornerstone of civility, since connecting with people makes it tougher to be uncivil to them. Manly men are more likely to come down with the flu, according to a new study, which found testosterone has a damping effect on the immune system response. Stanford researchers found that the higher the testosterone level, the lower a man's resistance to viruses. This is ABC News.
Happy Honda days are here. That means you could unwrap a great deal on a 2014 Accord. Not only is it from KBB.com's best value brand, but it's packed with standard features like hands-free calling. Think that sounds good? Feast your ears on this holiday power ballad from Michael Bolton.
It's a winter wonderland, and the snow is gonna fall.
Everything's a little more special during Happy Honda days. See your Honda dealer today.
Based on 2013 Brand Image Awards from Kelly Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Okay, gigantic wireless company, I'm breaking up with you, and I'm switching to Net 10 Wireless. With their Bring Your Own Phone plan, I can keep my phone, my number, even my 4G LTE network, and still cut my monthly phone bill in half. It's not you, it's me. Okay, it's mostly you.
The Bring Your Own Phone plan from Net 10 Wireless. Unlimited data, text, and talk, including 2.5 gigabytes of high-speed data each month on America's largest and best networks. Just $50 a month. Available at stores nationwide, including Radio Shack. Month equals 30 days. Certain restrictions apply. Please refer to the latest terms and conditions of service at net10wireless.com.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. We're in Florida. For today, Christmas Eve day, breezy and much cooler than recent days. It's clouded, a shower and spots give way to some sun. High 64 to 68. The night clear to partly cloudy and much cooler. Lows ranging from 42 inland to 56 on the beaches. Christmas Day, clouds and some sunshine. There may be some sprinkles at the beaches. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. Thursday, mostly cloudy with a couple of showers. Highs in the 60s to low 70s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Well, the holidays are coming, and it's got me so upset. See, I've got a burning question, and nobody's answered yet. Good girls get toys for Christmas, but Santa, what do bad girls get? Do you cross me off your list for flirting and for teasing? Yes, I pouted and I cried, but I had a real good reason. Oh, I've got a burning question nobody's answered yet. Oh, come on. Good girls get toys for Christmas, but Santa, what do bad girls get?
22 minutes before 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We're in the United States. We're in Florida. And we've got, are you ready for this?
Yes.
22 hours until Christmas.
Wow.
22. No, that's not right. Less than 22.
Yeah.
Why does it say 22 hours? Where does it think I am? Where does this think I am?
I know. It's not on Eastern time. Maybe it's Pacific time.
It's already Christmas in Australia.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas, Australia.
Merry Christmas.
We have dots on our map. There's a map on the WOCA website that shows people who've checked us out.
Yes.
We've got dots. We've got dots on the Australian map. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
If you're still down there listening, so it's probably a guest. Usually when and once the dot's there, it never goes away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome for our show.
It's interesting about Christmas. There's certain takes on it. It can be silly, it can be fun, it can be serious. It's really religious, obviously.
Yeah.
Very important to never forget the real reason why we do this whole thing.
No.
But and then you have the people who are absolutely anti-Christmas, not necessarily atheists, but they just don't like Christmas. And then you have the atheists who just don't want to celebrate
anything.
Well, anything related to the creation or creationism or God or anything like that. Anyway, so I have here, and I'm kind of reluctant to do this because these are the heartwarming final wishes of some people, and I thought I would share them with you. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
It's very little to do with Christmas, actually, but...
Well, this might strike a chord with someone, and if somebody has a hardened heart, this might just turn them and make them a giver instead of a taker.
All right, so let me just tell you some of these. I'll try to get through them, and then Galen will come on. He'll bring the show back up again.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing it down a little bit. Not that I meant to, but anyway, I was touched by these stories. Nathan Garcia was a little boy living in Southern California. By little boy, I mean...
Good morning, Merry Christmas. She's so beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Okay.
Nathan Garcia was a little boy. He was after celebrating his 13th, just 2 days after celebrating his 13th birthday, he died. He died of brain cancer. Anyway, he was diagnosed. This was December 19th of 2012, just a little over a year ago. He died. He was diagnosed with his cancer 1 year earlier, September of 2011. He went through all the things that people normally go through, and it didn't work. And so he knew he was going to die, even though he was only 12 years old, going on 13. He asked that for his 13th birthday, that he could give all of his toys to the other children in the hospital. Because he knew Christmas was coming. So he had whatever toys he had, he wanted them all to be gathered up and be donated to the other children in the hospital. Anyway, so the news agencies in wherever he was, somewhere in Southern California, got the word out about his last wish, and everybody started pitching in. The donations from the community, Nathan and his family were able to gather nearly 4,000 toys, in addition to his own toys, of course. Nathan would have wanted to distribute the toys himself, but he was too weak to do so. 2 days after he passed away, volunteers came to pick up the toys that Nathan and his family collected and distributed to the children in Nathan's hospital.
Oh.
It's 1 year ago. 1 year ago, not today, but 1 year ago this week.
Oh.
He did this.
God bless you, Nathan. Gosh, that's a heartwarming story. I love that story.
Listen to this one. This is about a little girl, 15 years old. Her name was Brett Marie Christian. She loved Facebook, cartoons. She always looked forward to school dances. And what set her apart from the other girls was that she had been battling leukemia since she was 11. She was 15 when she died. In spite of the battle with cancer, with leukemia, the bond between her and her special friend Trayton, you might want to call him her boyfriend, remained strong. He would visit her daily at hospice. He was also 15, by the way.
Oh.
He is 15. Well... This was like 3 years ago, so he must be 18 by now, huh? Anyway, he'd visit her in hospice, where they would watch TV, talk. They even had their first kiss in hospice.
Oh my gosh!
15 years old. During one of the visits in 2010, when Trayton was accompanied by his parents, Brett's the girl, don't forget, divulged to Trayton's mom that she had been looking forward to her school's homecoming, wanting to have one last dance with Trayton. She had already purchased a dress, and knowing that the frail girl might not make it, Trayton and Brent's moms, the two moms, made an effort to bring the homecoming to the hospice house.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
On September 4th, 2010, along with family and friends and 50 other classmates, they had a little homecoming. Brett and Trayton had their last dance, fulfilling her final wish. That evening, she passed away.
Oh. What a wonderful story.
That evening, she passed away.
These stories need to be told.
Heartwarming stories.
Beautiful.
I hope I'm not bringing anybody down. But
No, you're uplifting.
We're all celebrating what Jesus did to help us live forever, right? Or whatever.
And her family and friends and the little boy's family and friends helped them celebrate life, and that's what it's all about.
The next one, if you're a dog lover, get a tissue.
Oh.
The next one is going to get to you, I promise, but not that I want to make you cry. 57-year-old Kevin McLean, 57, Robin, from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. His last wish was to see his dog again. Here's what happened. McLean was homeless. He lived in his car with his dog. His dog was named Yurt, Y-U-R-T. In May of 2011, he became sick, not the dog, but the man, 57-year-old Kevin. In 2011, he became sick with lung cancer. Paramedics had to rush him to the hospital and then to hospice. Yurt, the dog, was brought to an animal shelter.
Oh.
Okay, when McLean was carried from the ambulance gurney to the hospital bed, he told one of the paramedics named Jan Urseg that he had a dog and he would love to see the dog again. Well, it turned out that Jan Urseg also volunteered for the animal shelter. And she knew Yurt. She knew the dog.
Wow.
Anyway, so that connection between the woman who worked for hospice and also volunteered at the dog shelter made it pretty easy to fulfill McLean's dying wish. He was reunited with his dog one last time. People who witnessed the reunion said there was instant recognition. The dog, Yurt, was licking Kevin on the arms and in the face. A simple wish that meant everything for a man who barely had anything, and McLean died 2 days after
Oh, my God.
reuniting with his dog.
I bet Yurt got a good home. That's what I don't get about the people that have animals and then they just discard them.
Now here's a story. Here's a story for a movie. The person who dies in this particular story was 83 years old. So unlike the other stories where they weren't, 57 is not that young either, but still, there's a touching thing here. I want to tell you about it. 83-year-old Frank Sabo, S-A-B-O, and his teenage grandson Jonathan loved baseball. During their last conversation before the grandfather passed away, all they talked about was Jonathan's upcoming baseball tournament. The grandfather asked the grandson, "I want you to make a home run for me." Well, the boy was hesitant because he knew that it was that first of all, he wasn't that good at it. He wasn't very big, wasn't very strong. Home runs in a wood bat tournament or a rare event anyway.
Oh, okay.
I have to ask Galen about that.
Yeah.
I'm just reading what it says here. Anyway, add to the fact that they were going to play in a minor league field. I guess that's the kind of field they're talking about building here, right?
Yeah, very minor.
But it's bigger than the fields that the kids usually played, so a home run seemed highly improbable. Sabo, the grandfather, passed away on July 21st of 2012. 3 days after he died is when the home run actually happened.
Oh.
But now, listen to this. Now, for those who love a little drama, there was drama in this story. The young man, Jonathan, the grandson, was standing at the plate with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Meaning one more and he's done, right? Either way, right?
Wow.
Jonathan swung his bat and nailed the home run. It was the only home run of that game.
Wow.
As he ran around the bases, he was crying. There was a photograph at the article, and I didn't. Of course, I can't put it on here anyway. But anyway, it shows him tears going down his face. When he touched the home plate, he looked up to the sky, knowing that he had fulfilled his grandfather's last wish, and I guess we don't know what he said or maybe what he thought. The funeral was held a day after the game, and Jonathan gave the ball to his late grandfather, we presume, put it in the casket. He wrote on the ball the words, quote, "To the best grandpa ever.
Oh, wow.
I love you, rest in
That
peace."
makes me, yeah.
That one.
Wow, that's a teary one.
That's a
teary one, yeah.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm just
I know,
telling you
but
some
they need to
heartwarming
be
stories
said.
of people who had some final wishes. And the idea came after that story about the woman 2 years ago who died and left a message for her husband to be read to him after he found a new love, right? Alyssa O'Neill's last wish was rather simple. This 18-year-old girl from Erie, Pennsylvania, wished for a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, how simple.
That's all she
is that?
wanted. But she died before she got her wish.
Oh.
Because of her untimely death, her parents were not able to grant her wish, so they decided to buy 40 pumpkin spice lattes for strangers 2 days after her funeral.
Oh, my gosh.
They only asked the Starbucks baristas, the coffee guys,
Mm-hmm.
to write her initials, AJO, on the cups. So they bought 40 cups, give them to strangers, put AJO on the cups. Anyway, the story got around, and the Starbucks bought another 50 lattes, donated them
Yes.
with the initials AJO, and distributed them to random people. So now there's 90.
Oh,
90
my
people
gosh.
getting these things.
Wow.
Soon, the AJO movement went viral and became a worldwide movement, reaching as far as Iceland and South Korea. People buying lattes for people and writing AJO on them.
Oh, wow.
As some began buying meals for others, some paid for random people's bills, all in the name of Alyssa J. O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
So, because of one request, a lot of people were somehow motivated, inspired to give not just cups of latte, but to actually pay for people's bills.
Yeah, to help others. Oh, my gosh.
Here's another one.
Oh, my gosh.
Can I give you some more? Should I wrap it
sure. No, don't wrap it up.
up?
Those are great stories. We have to hear these stories to put life in perspective.
Let's see. This was at the Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant in Lewes, 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 Delaware. August of this year, August of 2013. It was another day for diners and workers at the restaurant when all of a sudden they began to see money falling out of the sky. It was real money. As it turned out, this was a bizarre last wish of a man named Leonard Mall, who died in 2012. Mall was an operator of a bait and tackle shop in Lewes, Delaware. His accountant confirmed that he included in his last will the order to rain down $10,000 of his own money in cash, broken into 5s, 10s, 20s, and 50s.
Wow.
A helicopter was used to drop the cash, to the amazement and delight of everyone who witnessed it. No photo was taken when it happened because apparently everybody was too busy collecting money.
Of course. There's a little bit of greed there.
All right, here's another one. This was about a man who was put to death because he had killed a police officer. His name was Philip Workman. He was a Tennessee native convicted of shooting and killing a police officer when he tried to rob a fast food place in 1981. He was homeless at that time, addicted to cocaine, and attempted the robbery so he could pay for his cocaine. He was placed on death row in Nashville in the spring of 2007, and he was about to be executed. His last request was for a vegetarian pizza, but not for himself. He wanted it delivered to a homeless person within the vicinity. He said, just find a homeless person and deliver a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Prison officials refused because they don't donate to charities, according to the story. Anyway, the news got out. Local residents shelled out the money from their own pockets to fulfill the last wish. One woman asked her friends to chip in, and they were able to buy $1,200 worth of pizzas sent to the Nashville Rescue Mission Center. The president of PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, heard the story and contributed 15 boxes of veggie pizzas. Soon, several people sent pizzas anonymously to other shelters in Nashville, all in the name of Philip Workman. There you go. Last wish. I got 3 more.
Good.
This is about an 11-year-old boy who wanted to feed the homeless. 11-year-old, do I have his name? Brendan Foster.
Okay.
Was 11 years old. He was diagnosed with leukemia. He had a last wish that he mentioned in December of 2007. He didn't request something for himself. He said he wanted to feed the homeless. So a lot of local people began a food drive as fulfillment of the boy's dying wish. Over 2,500 meals were served at the Union Rescue Mission in Seattle, and in Brendan's honor. On the paper bags that contained the meals, volunteers wrote "Love Brendan" as a way to keep his legacy alive.
Oh my.
He was at least able to live long enough to see his wish come true. He eventually died in the arms of his mother. Sad ending there.
Oh.
Two more.
He's a giver.
Oh, this one's going to. They're both going to touch you. The last one you might have heard before. This is an 8-year-old boy named Reese. Reese had an 8-year-old girlfriend named Eleanor. They had been friends since they were babies. Reese had always had a crush on Eleanor.
Aww.
He had expressed a desire to marry her. He had actually asked her several times, despite them being toddlers at the time. In 2004, he was diagnosed with leukemia. In 2008, when he was told he only had a few weeks to live, he was determined to make his longtime wish of marrying Eleanor happen.
Oh my gosh.
He popped her the question one more time, and she said yes. They're only 8.
I know.
8 years
I
old.
understand that. Yeah.
I'm just reiterating it.
Yeah.
The wedding, in quotes, happened in July of 2008. The little bride arrived in a limousine.
Oh.
The groom waited in his home. By that time, Reese was already really weak, but his determination was what kept him going in fulfilling this last wish of his. He gave her a red rose, and they exchanged vows and rings in front of their mothers.
Oh.
They even had a marriage certificate signed. The little groom just laid in bed after the ceremony, feeling completely at peace. He turned to his mother and said, "Mom, I can go now." And he died the next day.
Wow.
Died the next day.
Wow. And that little girl, she's got that memory all her life, no matter who she finds.
I'm not so sure I like
to
that one,
marry
though.
And stuff.
I'm not so sure if I was the parent of the little girl, you're going to make her feel like she's a widow at 8? I mean, that's crazy. I don't know.
Oh, that's true, too. That's a different end of the spectrum.
I mean, I
didn't
see the
think
touching
of.
part of it, but I also see something I'm a little bothered by that.
Yeah.
But that's their choice, and I'm sure she's a mature 8-year-old. Anyway, so the last one is a death by suicide, and we don't like those.
No.
But anyway, this guy named Aaron Collins committed suicide in July of 2012. His family discovered his last written wish, which was to give a $500 tip to a waiter or waitress at random. His family carried it out by handing the tip to a waitress in a pizza restaurant in Lexington, Kentucky. The gesture was caught on video. It became a viral sensation. I remember seeing it myself. That's why I thought maybe many of you have seen it too. Aaron's brother, named Seth, originally planned to do it one time only, but with support pouring in worldwide, it became a mission. Today, there's a website dedicated to Aaron Collins. They have so far received over $60,000 in donations from all over the globe. The website has all of the videos of his brother giving away $500 tips to waiters and waitresses throughout the United States. And this year, as we approach Christmas, there was a goal to give $500 tips in all 50 U.S. states before Christmas.
Wow.
In honor of the brother.
Gosh.
So we don't know. I don't have an update. I don't know if they were able to accomplish that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the phone. I hope I didn't bring everybody down.
No, you
No?
have to have those kind of beautiful stories. It keeps life in perspective. And there are, great and generous people out there. You never know what's going to get a ball rolling.
Yeah, you never know, right? All right, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Larry.
Hey.
Hey, Norm.
Hey, Norm. How you doing?
Good. Wishing you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You can tell Galen when you see him that I used 6 sacks of his blood.
Oh, you did? Oh, my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah, I got home Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I had internal bleeding.
Oh.
So at any rate, I'm doing pretty good right now.
You're home now?
Yeah. I was going to talk to Gail, and I thought his noble profession that he takes place.
Yeah, well, normally he's on at this time, but I went a little long with my last segment.
That's okay. That's all right. Just thought I'd call you anyhow and wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Norm. You too. You take care. I know it's been a rough year for you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Hang in there, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Norm.
Thank you, Norm.
Thank
Have
you,
fun
Norm.
with your family.
All right, we will take a little break and we'll be right back.
This holiday service announcement brought to you by Ocala Aviation and your friends here at this station.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a bad Santa? Do people cringe before they open your presents? Has re-gifting your gifts become a holiday tradition? Well, you're not alone. According to the internet, someone somewhere did a survey, and it turns out 6 out of 10 gift givers are labeled as bad Santas. If you or someone you love has been diagnosed as a bad Santa, don't despair. There is a cure. It's not a pill or an elixir. We couldn't bottle it even if we tried. So what is this miracle cure for bad Santas everywhere? You'll never guess. So I might as well tell you. It's a discovery flight from Ocala Aviation. Yes, I speak the truth. Once they take to the skies, I guarantee they won't be trying to re-gift this present. A discovery flight will have people singing your praises as the best Santa ever. Never again will you have to attach a gift receipt to your present. For more details about this amazing discovery flight, call Ocala Aviation now. We have operators standing by. 861-7484. 861-7484. And Merry Christmas.
Hi, Carl Champley here. Join me every Saturday afternoon for DIY Live, your complete guide to getting that DIY project started and finished the right way.
And when you need the right product for that do-it-yourself project, visit the DIY Home Center outlet right here in Ocala, just 2 miles east of I-75 on Northwest 10th Street. From carpet to doors to real wood cabinets, visit the DIY Home Center outlet today and tune in to DIY Live.
That's DIY Live Saturdays right here on WOCA, The Source.
From our family of Ocala Utility Services to yours, wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. May you and your family prosper during the coming year, as well as our entire community. As a reminder, the city's business offices will be closed December 24th and 25th, as well as New Year's Day. Remember, many of your business needs can still be accomplished online at ocalafl.org. While there, check out our pay-as-you-go billing, energy-efficient rebates, conservation tips, and much more. Happy Holidays from your hometown utility, Ocala Utility Services.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Here are today's headlines from the source, WOCA. The Florida Highway Patrol is reporting that a 25-year-old man died yesterday morning when the motorcycle he was driving crashed into a van on Maricamp Road. The report identifies the man as Ruddy Hazel Santiago of Tampa. According to the report, Santiago was traveling west on County Road 464 in the right-hand lane. A 2004 Kia van, driven by 66-year-old Patricia Ann Clemenson of Ocala, exited Emerald Road and was heading north, trying to cross County Road 464 in front of the motorcycle. The motorcycle struck the passenger side of the van. The impact ejected Santiago from his 2012 Honda CBR sport bike. Santiago was taken to Ocala Regional Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Clemenson was taken to Ocala Regional Medical Center with minor injuries, according to the report. The accident is under investigation. Officials said Santiago was driving to his parents' home for the holidays. Federal regulators extended the deadline for consumers to enroll in health insurance until midnight tonight. Department of Health and Human Services spokeswoman Julie Patel said, anticipating high demand and the fact that consumers may be enrolling from multiple time zones, the health department has taken steps to make sure that those who select a plan through December 24th will get coverage for January 1st. HHS programmed its systems to support January 1st coverage for those who attempt to complete their enrollment through the end of the day today in anticipation of heavy online traffic or other technical issues. Insurers said they did not receive official word of the change, although HHS said the move was made in consultation with the industry so consumers could be well served, calling it a concept similar to Election Day, when those in line when the polls close still get to vote. Healthcare.gov had record-breaking traffic this weekend, according to HHS, with more than 1 million visits to the site and 200,000 calls to the call center. A record high of nearly 1 million background checks have been done this year on people interested in buying firearms, according to state data. The background checks are a required part of the purchase process. By mid-December, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement had run 823,653 background checks, surpassing the 797,610 total checks conducted in 2012. The agency also ran an all-time high of about 13,500 checks during Thanksgiving weekend, which is the third Thursday of Thanksgiving through the Sunday of that weekend, about 200 more than the same period last year. Samantha Andrews, spokeswoman for the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, said the state does not have sales data. She added that more than 96% of the transactions result in approval while the caller was still on the phone. Owners of gun stores in Florida say they noticed a surge in firearm sales during the first few months of the year. And this year's Surfing Santa's event on Cocoa Beach featured the jolly old elf and his cohorts not only dropping in on the waves, but also out of the sky. There were more than 200 Santa Clauses, snowmen, elves, and even a Grinch or two riding paddleboards, boogie boards, longboards, and any other wave-riding equipment available at what's fast becoming one of the Space Coast's most notable holiday celebrations. Joining the fun were 15 professional skydiving Santas who jumped from the 65-year-old C-47 Warbird called the Tico Bell. The event, officially called Surfin' Santa's 2013 Christmas in the Sand, benefits the nonprofit organization Grind for Life. The charity, founded by Mike Rogers, a sarcoma cancer survivor, provides financial assistance to area cancer patients and their families for transportation to treatment facilities. Last year, the organization raised $2,900, which assisted 11 cancer patients. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Santa's on his sleigh again. It's that time of year. He'll be coming to our town with his 8 reindeer.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Christmas Eve morning. By the way, that song right there is from Robert Stenterford. He's a local songwriter. Remember he was in the studio
Yes,
with us
yes,
a couple
he's
years
wonderful.
ago?
Nice song.
I don't know if that's him singing, though. I think he farmed it out or whatever you call it when you do that, right?
Yeah.
Galen Newnold is on the phone. We went long. We went into the segment, into the time slot, rather, that usually is where we begin the segment, but it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it is.
We need Galen to bring us back up. I brought us down a little bit, Robin. Not so sure. Good morning, Galen. How you doing? Uh-oh. Where is he?
I don't know.
Did I do something wrong? Galen, you there?
Oh, that red light's not on the bottom anymore. It went away.
How do I do
that? I guess hit the green button. There you go.
Galen, you there?
Yeah, there you
he
are.
is.
I got disconnected.
How did that happen? I didn't even touch that thing.
Yeah, I was like, Larry. I couldn't hear him.
Ay. Well, good morning, Galen. How you doing? It's one day. It's Christmas already in Australia, so I don't know.
That's true. We got that. So, but then again, it'll be Christmas tomorrow here, and it won't be there.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Yeah, everything. I always think that's weird. We should make the whole world just everything happens at the same time.
Yeah. Well, that's our mission for next week then, because they'll have New Year's before we do.
You sound like a Roman conqueror.
Yeah.
So just on a serious note, Norm called. I think you said you heard him on the air. He apparently had been in the hospital. He didn't elaborate, but he said he used 6 units of blood. Sounded like.
Yeah.
Wow.
From
Galen.
I
appreciate that.
And
that's why we're, and I don't do it alone. I mean, that's why I appreciate this show so much, because it gets the word out for the need, and it allows people to talk to other people who have received blood, and it really makes it real for a lot of people. And I'm just glad that people donated so there was blood for Norm to be there when he needed it.
That's right.
That's my job.
That's right.
I talk for a living. That's just what I talk about.
And think about it, that's 6 people who stepped up to the plate so that Norm could live.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. And they had to donate, a minimum of 2 days before he needed it.
So I have a question, and it might sound like a dumb question, but I don't know the answer, so I'll ask it. If one donation saves 3 people, then why couldn't 2 people have been?
That's a great question. And
all he needed.
What happens is when you come in, we break that donation into 3 different blood products, right? For lack of a better term, we break it up into red cells, which is used. That's what is used probably 90% of the time. We also break it up into platelets. Platelets are used for cancer patients, and any time in which they need to stop blood from pouring out, right? So to stop bleeding, that's when you get platelets. And then they give you plasma, and plasma are used for traumas, burn victims, and things like that when there's been massive blood loss. So each of those products does a certain function. So that's how you could save 3 lives.
I gotcha. Okay. But as far as somebody who needs whole blood, that takes 6 people in Norm's
well,
case.
there's no such thing as a whole. Nobody
okay.
receives a whole blood unit anymore. They receive one of 4 major products. So and those are the major 3, and then the other one would be cryosepitate. But you would only use cryo if there was internal bleeding, kind of a thing. So if you were in a trauma.
That's
event.
what he had. He had internal bleeding.
He may have received cryo, but more likely he received red cells. So.
Well, anyway, he was. I don't.
Doesn't matter. It still takes another person to save his life. So.
Yes.
Right, and I don't know that he was listening, so I think he was hoping he was calling while you were on the air. So it sounds like we changed our format a little bit because we went along with that last segment I did, which, by the way,
is good.
Did you hear what we did before? And I have a question about.
I did.
Did you hear about the boy who got a home run for his grandfather?
Yeah, I did. Again, it's just one of those things that makes you realize what sports can do for you, and at any level. That's a story. First of all, that the grandson will never forget, and I'm sure it meant a lot more to the grandfather than the grandson. So,
can you imagine though, the drama of that sentence that said 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah.
I mean, there was only one more swing left, right? That's
right.
it. He would have been done one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes for a great story.
Yeah, right.
It really does. You hear about it all the time, and there's a young man who plays in the league that I play in, and he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And the first thing he said is, well, can I still play baseball? So you could talk about, well, they need to get their priorities right, or, you know what, baseball is his outlet.
Yeah, right.
He's got a lot going on, and if he can get out there for an hour and a half and hang out with his friends and forget the fact that he's got a brain tumor,
right.
Good for him.
That's better
therapy. I think you just want that normalized.
Right, and anything that a person has passion for. I mean, if I still do the thing that I love doing, fill in the blank with whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what we try to have, and that's what we try to convey about the need for blood is that, it may not save someone's life, whatever that really means, but it can give somebody time. And time is so precious in this life, and especially when you're in that situation. When you're in a hospital, and your life is at stake, that's what you're thinking about is time. The time you spent with your family, the time, whatever it is you spent your time doing, that's what you're going through in your brain is all of the time that you've had.
So you guys are open today and
we're open.
And Thursday.
Yeah, we're open. So we're at Best Buy today and at Kmart today, so we're open. We'll be closed tomorrow, but then we'll be right back at it on Thursday.
So do you have a little dip in the supply because of that one day you take off?
Yeah. We as a system, as an organization, we collect a little over 800 units a day, 800 blood donors a day. So you could take that out. And so now we have to make that up over the next, the 2 days before and the 2 days after, and it helps that. Blood usage overall goes down. What goes up is traumas, which are very, very hard to dictate as to how much blood they're going to need.
Yeah, right.
So you can have a trauma patient use no blood, or you can have somebody that uses, 150 units. So it just all depends on the trauma itself. So.
Wow.
So, Galen, when you were a kid, did you exchange gifts in school?
I think we did. I think we did like the old Chinese gift, where everybody got a number, and then you went and grabbed that number.
Oh, that's how that works? And do you remember any gifts that you got or gave?
No. From like school?
Yeah.
No.
Did you give your teacher? I'm
sure it was a lot of Matchbox cars.
Probably.
Did you give your teacher a gift when you were a kid?
No, I don't think we did.
Really?
No. I mean, I don't.
Do your children give the teachers gifts?
No. I don't remember doing that, and I don't remember my mom getting any gifts either.
Well, who buys Thin Mints anymore? I thought that was the whole purpose for Thin Mints.
That's
was
right.
a gift for your teacher.
In elementary school, but once you get middle school, you don't buy stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. No.
I still buy Thin Mints if I find them. I like them. Them and Yorks.
So what is your tradition at your home? Do you go to church Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? Not at all.
I think we're going to go tomorrow. I think that's the plan. I talked to my wife, and we haven't been able to go to like the Christmas Eve because it's so late with kids. It's just hard.
Right.
And then you have to come back and do the thing with Santa. So our plan is to go in the morning. I got to find out what time the service.
So I got a Christmas Eve church story to share with you. I went
right.
to Robin's church years ago for the Christmas Eve. It was St. John's.
St. John Lutheran Church.
And it was
like we're having
it was packed, and everybody had these little folders with songs in them. Okay, right? And I am not making this up, and I don't know if you remember this, Robin. I'm standing next to my brother Bob, who also went.
Yeah.
And the song is continued on the next page, and at the bottom of the page it said "Turn the page," and so everybody was saying like "We three kings of Orient are turn the page," and everything. I was like, wow, everybody sang "Turn the page."
Oh, really?
Yes.
Saying "Turn the page."
Am I making that up?
No, you're not
absolutely
making that
true.
up. You're on
Everybody
autopilot.
just stop and listen, or they were just in the moment.
They were on autopilot.
That's right.
Everybody said "Turn." They sang the words "Turn the page."
That's right.
That is great, Larry.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
fun. It's a good story. It's a great story.
It's a great story.
It's a true story because you're singing and you're on autopilot and you have to follow what's in the program, so nobody wants to not follow it. So.
Wow.
You just, everybody.
I couldn't believe it.
Did anybody just stop and say, "What did I just say?"
Yeah.
No, nobody left. I looked around and I said, "You got to be kidding! Nobody's even acknowledging that."
That was probably written in the 1600s, and they probably wouldn't have said page; they would have said parchment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So they type it up and it says "Turn the page." So everybody. So you never ever continue a song on another page.
And everybody had candles with little collars on them.
Yeah.
And I remember getting a candle with a collar, going, "What are we doing? What is this for?"
Yeah.
You know. And then they light a candle at the end of the row, and then everybody kind of shares it, like here.
Yeah, they share it.
Yeah, light your candle, light your candle, light your candle.
Then you sing Silent Night in the dark. All the church lights go out. It's
Oh,
very
is that what
beautiful
happened?
in there.
You
Yeah.
doing that tonight?
Yes, 5:00 is our service. 5 and 7.
That's
5:30.
Great
Sorry.
song to sing in a group.
Oh yeah. Hey, when we were doing the nursing homes this year, it happens every year.
Until you get to the second verse, and then you're like,
Everybody forgets it. Yeah, 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 exactly.
And there's that one guy next to you knows all 7 of them.
Yeah, right.
Well, what we normally do is I will just stop singing. I'll just keep playing the guitar, and then you hear these little angelic older voices just singing a Silent Night. It's a beautiful thing.
It is very beautiful.
That's cool.
And you see their faces and you see the tears, and it's very moving.
Yesterday, Robin and I sat outside when Buddy was doing his show.
Yeah.
We sat outside the studio here. we played the mandolin and accordion for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yep.
We went.
Yep. Help raise money too for the Salvation
Well, we didn't know.
Army.
We didn't do it for money. What happened is we were near the bell ringer, the Salvation Army bell ringer, and so of course people giving her money has nothing to do with us. But a couple times she took a break. And when she takes a break, she takes the pot with her, leaves the tripod, and takes the pot.
Yeah.
And so people were giving us money while she was gone. And then she'd come back, and she took 2 breaks in those 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And so we got money for you.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody helps. But that was really fun last night. A lot of people streaming back and forth and smiling faces too. Just having a great time.
Yeah, it was
cool.
It was fun. You don't know what it really does when you do music like that. It's like, does this really make anybody's moment or anything like that? You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, especially here, it's a very young group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very young.
True.
But there is some dancing and.
What do you got? What do you got? Music on?
No, my wife's watching some commercial.
Yeah, commercials are always louder than the TV.
Well, you guys have a great Christmas. I guess there's really not.
Oh, there was that one question, that sports question. What was that now? I forgot what that was called.
I had a sports question.
No, it was something that we read earlier, that you read earlier about.
Oh, I mentioned it already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The home run kid.
Oh, okay, yeah, I thought there was some kind of technical.
Let me look. I thought we talked to-
A wooden bat something.
Oh, a wooden bat tournament. Yeah, that was the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rarity, and it's hard to hit a home run with a wooden bat. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't. It doesn't. The ball comes off the bat completely different. There's less of a bounce.
Oh.
Because aluminum's the metal bat. They're not really aluminum anymore. Is harder than the wood.
Oh, okay. So you could break a wooden bat then if you really whack it.
Oh, they break all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We saw one break. Remember when we were in Tampa?
Yeah.
The Devil Rays?
Yeah, that was something.
When they were still Devil Rays?
That's right.
Devil Rays.
Yeah. Gotta be so politically correct these days.
All right. We don't really need a segue. Galen, remind us. I know you said it earlier. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
We're at the Best Buy and at Kmart on Silver Springs Boulevard, and of course the Best Buy is out not far from you guys.
That's right, on 200. That's a great store.
Yeah.
And if you are on the Boulevard and you go to Life South right there next to the Cascades in Denellen, where would you go, Robin?
Right next door to Sweet Bay.
Sweet Bay.
All right. You guys have a really great Christmas, Galen. Thank you for all you do for us all year long. And
Now, are you doing your show tonight?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'll be listening.
You want to come in?
No, I got a lot of help with Santa.
And we'll be here live tomorrow morning, too, in case anybody wants to tune in for Christmas
I may
songs
call
and
in
things.
because we probably won't be asleep.
You definitely,
I don't think you will be.
definitely invited
Yeah,
all of.
you have to set those time frames. Like when can we get up? So.
Yeah, but you have that one game that was on your counter and it's now under the tree, and your wife says you can't open it till Christmas. So.
That's correct. I'll be watching that all day tomorrow. It's got, I've read the box like 7 times. It's got 16 hours of Red Sox coverage. So that's what I'll be doing for the. I'll be drooling on myself after it's over.
All right, Galen. Merry Christmas. Thank you for all you do, you're welcome to come in, call in, whatever you want to do. Okay.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Bye, y'all.
Thank you, Galen. We'll be right back.
Pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 4th day of Christmas, the 3rd day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 days, maids and 7 maids and 6 maids and 5. You better not shout, you better not cry, you better not. In a pear tree. On the 9th, on the 8th, on the 7th, the halls with clouds of holly. Here we come, once the 6 geese, the legs of 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. The boys hand in hand, bear I be decked with bass and partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, a dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, dreidel. Sorry. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. On the 12th day, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming like Olympus upon the Serengeti. 11 pipers piping Christmas down in Africa. I am Christmas down in Africa. I am Christmas down in Africa. I am Christmas down in Africa. Gonna take the halls and do the things we never had. Partridge in a big pear tree. Partridge in a big pear tree.
Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a toilet was flushing. The plumbing was out. The stockings were dirty, no water to clean. We were in a big mess with no washing machine. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of showers danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap, I searched for my tools to try and fix the mishap. When up in the attic there arose such a clatter, the pipes had burst. I see what's the matter. Away to the phone I flew like a flash to call Mike Scott Plumbing. They'll be here in a dash. He arrived in his van and got the job done, for he knew down the road he had more to come. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Because accidents don't work around your schedule, but we do, with no extra fees for nights, weekends, or holidays. From all of us at Mike Scott Plumbing, happy holidays.
Alice?
Yes, George?
I'm going to Devon's Self-Storage.
You mean Devon's on 200 across from Hobby Lobby?
Yes. You know I have my own code to get in. If I have a question, I just call 873-0777.
Didn't you just go there last night?
Well, yes. They're open late.
Didn't you go Christmas shopping this weekend?
Yes.
Then you went to Devon's Self-Storage?
Yes.
George, what are you up to?
Bye.
George.
I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
All right, let's take a look at the price of gasoline. You're probably driving somewhere soon. Let's see where we're going. What we got.
Where are we going?
Right now, the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded in Ocala is $3.35 a gallon. That is down a penny since yesterday. It's down 2 cents since a week ago, but it is up 14 cents since 1 year ago. Right now, the best price in town was called in 4 hours ago down in Summerfield. The Murphy USA at the Walmart down there has gas for $3.28 a gallon. And let's see, the next one is in Denellen 4 hours ago. The Murphy USA and that Walmart, $3.29 a gallon over there.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
This is a Christmas song, huh?
Yep.
I know what you're doing to me, boy. You move so fast like a psychopathic color TV. With the Christmas bag and your jolly face, and the reindeer stomping all over the place. Take it easy, what you gotta be so certain.
All right. It's a Christmas song. All right. Got some other news this Christmas Eve morning. Let me tell you what the other news items are, and I gotta make sure I review those songs before I play them tonight. The next one is about a sloppy Santa
Okay.
who may have had a little too much eggnog. He landed himself and his female helper in the hospital with concussion-like symptoms after a sleigh accident on a busy street in Poland.
Okay, there you go.
The 51-year-old
There
Santa
you
Claus
go.
and his 31-year-old companion
Yeah, wow.
were sliding down the street, singing Christmas carols and waving at local people when a car beeped at them, which
Gee.
spooked the horse that was pulling them, and they went flying. It was quite extraordinary, said an observer. They were supposed to have been an attraction at the local market, and lots of people were taking their children there to go see them. A passerby captured the crash on video, and you can see it for yourself online.
No, and not at the supermarket after that.
All right, let's see. The next story. Do I have another Christmas story? Another Santa story, I think I have. Here we go. This is also out of Poland. Must be the same story. Must be the same story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. The
You
same
never
story,
know.
two different news agencies. Sorry. You know, when there's a Santa story on the... here's the story. I think I may have shared this with you the other day. You, Robin, not you on the air. But a 440-pound man who was a virgin. Let's see. His name is Greg Casarona. Had sex with his 110-pound girlfriend for the first time and pushed her head through sheetrock.
Yeah.
They went to the ER.
Must have been a wild night, let me tell you.
Apparently, this was some time ago because he has since lost the weight. And anyway, so there's a video out there right now, which is why it's in the news, where they reenacted it using actors. But he has lost the weight. She's recovered. All right, we'll be right back.
Huckabee on this Christmas Eve, and I'm sharing my listeners' own simple Christmas stories. Details next.
If you're a homeowner who's faithfully made your mortgage payments, you deserve thanks for doing the right thing. And I'd like to tell you about a powerful financial tool that rewards your commitment. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and the tool that I'm talking about is the Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. HARP is designed to help you lower your mortgage payments. It's for homeowners who are current on their mortgage payments, but due to the housing market may have little or no equity left in their home. And even if you were unable to get a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that now you may be eligible. More than 2.5 million homeowners have already taken advantage of HARP and are saving an average of $250 a month. If you're one of the millions yet to take advantage, call us today at 800-QUICKEN. To learn more, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That number again is 800-QUICKEN.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Evelyn Edmondson shared a personal testament to the power of prayer at Christmas time. She wrote, "Several years back, my husband was on a job they put a stop work